Good morning, or almost afternoon, I guess, huh? It's super chilly outside. Has anyone been outside? Yeah. Just had to let the dogs out. And I was like, oh, because before my other class, it was sunny. I was like, what is happening? Yes, absolutely, Jessica.
If we're choosing to do the interactive notebook, do you still want us to do a paragraph with the beginning, ending, middle?
You do not have to. Nope.
Okay, so it's either or.
I think a reflection paragraph is always nice.
Okay.
You know, at the end, but it's not required. If you just submit your interactive notebook, including the table of concepts, then you're good.
Okay.
Anyone else have questions while we're getting everybody in?
I have a question.
I'm ready.
So I saw you made a comment on my notebook submission, just saying that you wanted me to put my own notes in there because I put some of yours as well. Is that okay if I still put yours though? Because I liked your foldable that you did.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, totally fine.
Okay.
So,
all right. Thank you.
like I said, I just had someone turn in my notebook once, and I was like, "What? What? Like that's not a thing." So yeah. Sometimes, especially if you don't have the paper or access to make your own foldable and you want to copy mine in there too, that's totally fine. I didn't take off points, did I?
Oh, no, you didn't. I just,
Okay.
for the future though, I just wanted to make sure that was cool with you.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't in a bad mood when I was grading.
No, all is good.
By the way, that does happen. In case you think it doesn't, I mean, as teachers, we try not to do that, but you grade stuff a lot. And if you're not real careful, your bias can come through. Maybe some of you have experienced that before with teachers. Yeah? Or you think, have you ever had that thought? That teacher just hates me. Yeah, and it's really hard in elementary school. So, because you might hear things from a previous year teacher. You might hear, oh, you have fill in the name, right? They're a handful, right? And then that's sitting in your brain, even though you didn't mean for it to. And so when you grade things, or even when you interact with that student in class, you might be harsher than you realize with that student. So you have to be really careful as a teacher. I don't know if, has anyone seen what some schools do to place students in future classes? This is a behind the scenes thing. No teacher will tell you this because they'll claim it doesn't happen, but I've seen it. They're placing students in the next year's classes, right? It's the end, it's towards April, and they're putting students that were in second grade in their third grade classrooms, right? And they want to divvy them up, and they divvy them up however they seem fit as administrators. But what they don't tell you is then the teachers get their class lists before it goes out to the students, and the teacher's like, oh, no, no, no. I will trade you Johnny for Susie. I will trade you. Yeah, it's bad. It's like drafting your class. Yeah, and you're like, I have 5 IEPs in my class. You have no IEPs in your class. We need to give you some IEPs. So, and I'm not saying we shouldn't balance things. We should absolutely balance things, right? We should absolutely balance things, but it shouldn't be like a professional baseball draft where you're like, if I get this kid, you have to take this kid. That's not a thing. So, and teachers don't realize that they sometimes do things subconsciously when they're grading things. So I don't grade things. Sometimes you'll notice that I haven't graded in a couple days, and then I'll grade a million things, right? I have to be in the right frame of mind to grade. If I'm tired or hungry or crabby, I don't grade, because all of that is going to affect the way I grade. So I try to be real careful. It's actually much easier now that I'm grading electronically than grading on paper, because where I see your name is far away from where I'm actually grading. So I don't really see people's names until I'm done grading and I go, oh, Emma did great on this, right? So those kinds of things, I don't notice it. When I'm grading paper pencil tests, like in the olden days, like a year ago when I had paper pencil tests, I would grade where I had, say this is my whole stack of papers, and I would purposely only grade like page 1 of every person at the same time, right? So I'd grade page 1, page 1, page 1, page 1, and then I'd stop, flip the page, and then I'd grade page 2, page 2, page 2. And the reason is because I can't remember how many points I took off for certain things, right? Like if you made a smaller mistake, did I take off 1 point or 2 points? Well, if I'm not careful, if I just grade the whole test, the first test that I grade, I might be very lenient on, but the last test I grade, I might be super mad because I've seen that same mistake like 5 times. And I'm like, they should know this. Well, it's not their fault that their name started with the last letter in the alphabet, right? I shouldn't grade them more harshly. So you have to be careful as a teacher and make sure that your personal biases don't get in the way, right? When you're grading. And in elementary school, you see those little critters every single day for a long time. After lunch, they might be really starting to grade on you if somebody's had a really bad day or you didn't bring your lunch that day. So be cautious, right? Be cautious. It's really scary if you don't. Okay, we should have up to the Venn diagrams done on the notes. Yeah, pretty much. Yep, some of you have some amazing notebooks, by the way. I'm seeing them already. Elena, just let me know if you have any trouble. I'm trying to make sure I got everybody marked here who's here. Do we see, is Evelyn here? Speak up if you're here, because I don't have you here right now. Is Michaela here? Michaela's here. I didn't hear Michaela say she's here, but I see her name. Is that true? My screen is very full of people. You got to help me out. Okay, thank you, Michaela. It's like a puzzle that I'm not very good at. I was gonna say it's like where's Waldo, but that doesn't make sense because I have no Waldo in my class. Oh, I don't know page numbers. If somebody's asking me page numbers, I got nothing for you, page number wise.
I'm just looking at your notes and I just want to make sure it's like corresponding so that I don't run out of like my notebook, because sometimes I tend to like write and write and write.
That's okay, you just get another notebook.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it, right? I wouldn't conserve paper for that. You see what I mean? Like I would say you do you, right? You gotta get that happening. Okay. I want to do our Mindfulness Monday. I'm going to put a little disclaimer in there. Some of you are not Mindfulness Monday people. Like you're like, I'm not really into being quiet for 3 minutes or meditating or doing breathing exercises or anything like that. But I promise you, it is a good idea, right? It is a really good idea. I updated lots and lots of things. I hope you looked around at some things that I updated. Yes. Now I can't even find your silly Mindfulness Monday thing, which I thought I put in here. Pickles. Hold on, I have it somewhere else. Okay, we'll do it on this one. I'm going to share my screen. During Mindfulness Mondays, you are allowed to turn off your screen. Did everybody hear that? You are allowed to do it, because if you're like doing this, you might be like super awkward, people's eyes on me, I'm not relaxed now, right? So if you're doing this, then you should probably just turn off your camera. If you have one eye open because you're trying to figure out who's actually doing it and who's not, turn off your camera, right? We don't need that. Okay, so we're gonna do it. And the reason we're doing it is we're trying to get everybody here in this space, right? Ready for math, because that growth mindset is gonna be really important today, okay? And especially tomorrow. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm not sure I shared my volume. Don't start. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear this.
Fly with Abel and Phi. Lay in bed or stay sitting. Keep your body relaxed. Reach up above your head, stretching your arms. Stretch your body very tall. Now, bring your arms down and let your arms relax. Place them at your sides loosely. Again, bring your arms over your head, but this time, breathe in as you reach up. Stretch. And now, breathe out as you relax and place your arms at your sides. One more stretch. Arms up, breathing in. And relax. Arms down, breathing out. Sit now and let your arms rest at your sides. See how your breathing can relax you by taking slow, deep breaths. Breathe in, hold your breath, and breathe out slowly. Breathe in and out. Keep breathing deeply and slowly. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach. Feel your hands moving up and out as you breathe in, and down as you breathe out. Feel your hands moving with your chest and stomach, gently moving in and out with each breath. Bring your hands back to your side, and let's keep noticing how we breathe. Now you have finished this breathing relaxation. Stretch your muscles if you want to, and let your body wake up. When you are totally awake, you can get back to the rest of your day.
All right. I don't know if that calmed some of you down, but I will tell you that mindfulness is a very important thing to do. Is there anyone who's really used to doing meditation or some breathing exercises? Yeah, a few of you. So you'll be the experts because this is all pretty new to me, but I'm buying it. Let me tell you, I'm a pretty high-strung person. And I do believe it is very helpful. I have had students just in this fall who we implemented this and they started doing it more on their own. And there's a study that shows meditation for 10 minutes prior to taking a test will increase your grade on that test. Wouldn't that be nice? So you guys know that we have midterms in 2 weeks, believe it or not, and you have two different types of midterms. You have an oral midterm with me. It's a one-on-one. Did you know that? Yeah, I'll put that schedule up soon. And you'll have the questions by the end of this week, okay, for the oral exam questions. And then you'll also take a Canvas portion of the test via lockdown browser. And I would say for both of those, I would highly encourage meditation 10 minutes prior to doing those things, because just calming your nerves, you guys are busy, busy, busy. I see you running around, right? All kinds of stuff. Madison, please tell me you are not driving your vehicle right now. Are you a passenger or a driver?
I'm listening.
Are you a passenger or a driver?
No, I'm driving, but
Oh.
I'm not looking at you guys.
I can't have you on when you're driving. Okay, so I'm going to put you in the
Okay.
waiting room. When you're done driving, come back. That's terrifying to me. So cannot do it. It's okay. Just send me a message that you'll be back, right? So that being said, I know you're busy, you're running around, you have a lot to do. So if you make your schedule, if you stick to it, you'll be better off, and we'll be able to get through some stuff. So we barely talked about Venn diagrams. This is just going to be a quick review, because I'm pretty sure I didn't make this an assignment, because I thought there was too many assignments for you. I know you're like, wait a minute, you took some away? Yeah, believe it or not, I had more. Yeah, it's terrifying. Some of you might have already done this. It's okay if you already did it, but just try it now. Draw a Venn diagram labeled completely for this problem. A survey of 700 households revealed that 300 had only a TV, 100 had only a computer, and 100 had neither a TV nor a computer. How many households have both a TV and a computer? So just try that on just scratch paper, or your whiteboard, or whatever you're doing it on. When you're done, can you just type to me in the chat what you wanted to eat for lunch, whether you got to eat it or not, so that I'll know you're done? Because I didn't get to eat lunch. Nice. PB&J. Oh, Alyssa, flashback. Nice. Have you ever had a grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
No.
Yeah, well, try it. It's
Oh my
the best
gosh.
invention ever.
Put butter on the sides and then grill it?
Yep.
That sounds amazing, and I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, warm peanut butter and that
Okay.
jelly. Oh, it's heaven. Love it, love it, love it.
Ooh.
Chipotle is waiting for you. I'm pretty sure you need to eat it. I'm just saying. Okay, back to what we have in hand. Is there anyone who's willing to share their Venn diagram with us so we can talk about it? I'm sure you all do A work, but sometimes we have to put a plus on our A. So you can,
I'll share.
perfect. Betty, I'm ready.
I don't know if it's right, but oh well.
And you can pin Betty, just so you know, if you want to pin Betty so you can see her bigger, you can do that, just so you know.
You guys
Okay,
will
I'm ready, Betty.
do- It looks like that kind of. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yes, we can totally see it.
And at the
So
bottom.
you have,
Oh, sorry.
excellent. So you have in your computer circle, you have 100 not in the middle part, then you have 200 in the middle part, and then in your TV circle, you have 300 in the other part. And now explain that bottom part to us.
This is just me doing my work. I figured out what the problem was or what information I did have. I knew that the computer we had 100, TV we had 300, and neither was 100. And I know the total was 700. So I added what we did know, and I subtracted what the total was, and it gave me 200 for both.
Excellent.
Now
Now, what I want you to do is hold it up again, hold it up again and give us about 10 seconds at each part. And then everybody, I want you to type in the chat something you like about Betty's or something that you would improve about Betty. Okay, every single person should type in the chat. So she's showing you the work right there at the bottom for the count of 10. Everybody take a look. Okay, now show us the top part again. Excellent. Okay, so now I want you guys to type in the chat something you liked about it or something that needed to be improved. I'll give you a few seconds and then you can just hit enter. You don't have to wait. Excellent. We have a lot of good feedback there, a lot of positives on stuff you did well. So there is a couple comments on you, like they liked how you checked your work, things like that. How about that would add that there are 100 who had neither around the Venn diagram. Did you see that? And McKenna said, put a box around the Venn diagram and then put the 100 in that box. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else, you guys? Betty had A work there. We're just putting the plus on her A, right? Yeah, we're just putting a plus on her A. Did anyone, Betty, I can't remember now. Do you have a title on your Venn diagram?
Yeah. I just put Venn diagram.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's great. Normally we would have like a title like household survey or something, right? And definitely put a box around it because that's showing your universal set because that's the 700, right? 700 total should be inside that universal set. And she has them labeled TV and computer. I like that. Anything, and putting the 100 in the box, but outside the circles was awesome. Anything else on that?
One thing that I would critique myself, and this is my own work. Down here at the bottom, I put, it's just in my head it made sense, but just because I was working on it, I put the math was 500 minus 700, and I put positive 200, which technically would have been negative 200, but that was just me writing for my own work. But that's what I would critique myself on.
That's perfect. I'm so happy you're critiquing your own work as well, because that's very helpful. And I did notice that you had 500 minus 700, and I was like,
yeah,
is she going to notice that mathematically you would write 700 minus 500? And I know exactly what happened. You were just adding, right? So you got your 500 and then you were like, oh, I need to subtract 700.
Yeah.
But we want to be careful and write it very precise. So good job. Excellent job critiquing yourself. The biggest mistakes that I notice people making on their Venn diagrams is they don't have a title. They don't have the universal set drawn, right? And they haven't verified their work. That's what I usually notice. There are Venn diagram questions on the midterm, not a lot, maybe one or two. Okay, so, but be prepared for Venn diagrams. The other things we could talk about is we could talk about unions and intersections. So if we were talking about those 200 people in the middle that own both a computer and a TV, that would be A intersection B, right? If set A was those that owned a TV, set B was those that owned a computer, it would be A intersection B. If we did A union B, how many people would be in A union B, and what would it mean? Any ideas? How many people would be in A union B? And what does A union B mean? Sunita says 200. Do you agree? Disagree?
I respectfully disagree. I think that it might be, I actually just turned out the numbers, but I think it was 600 because it means anything in A or B.
Do you agree with Hannah? Does anybody agree with Hannah or Sunita? Tristan shaking her head. She agrees with Hannah, I think. Yeah, Elena's saying yeah. So what does A union B mean in this problem? Union is both, Jessica wrote in there, so it should be 600. So, and here's what's interesting. In math, or means something different than in our real life, what or means. Okay, in our real life, if I said, do you want peanut butter and jelly or tacos? You would have to pick either peanut butter and jelly or tacos. You wouldn't get both. Mathematically, what or means, what the union means is you could have tacos, or you could have PB&J, or you could have both tacos and PB&J, right? So or mathematically is inclusive, whereas or in everyday language is exclusive. Does that make sense? Okay, and we could do more complicated Venn diagrams where we said, what's not in A? How many people are not in A, or the complement of A? If A was, what did I say first, computers? Oh, TV. So if TV was A, how many people are not in A? That would be 200, right? Because there's 200 that are not in A. The overlap is part of it. So it just got crazy outside my house, weather-wise. Is there a storm in anybody else's house? Like crazy rain, wind like mad. Yeah, it's crazy. That was just a side note. Okay. I don't even know. Am I still sharing my iPad screen? Can you see my iPad? No, it's a lie. Okay, that's okay. Now I have a fun one for you to do. I'm going to share my screen and I want you to fill in these patterns as soon as you can see it. I'm hoping the rain doesn't bother my computer connection. Can you see some sequences on your screen? Yeah, okay. So just jot them down wherever you want. A, B, C, D, and then right in it says, describe a rule or any patterns you notice. So you can fill in the next 3 terms if you want. That might help you find the rule, but make sure you describe the rule. And if you want an example, oh, sorry, didn't mean to make you dizzy for a minute there. Okay, if you want an example, we could do this. I noticed this goes 3, 5, 7, 9. So this must be 11, 13, and 15 because my rule is to add 2, okay, to get the next term. Does that help you? I don't know why I wrote an orange where you can't even see. That was horrible. Sorry. This is a little better. If you're done, that's awesome. We're going to talk about them in just a minute. If you're waiting patiently for me, one thing you could do, log on to Canvas, click on the People tab, click on project groups and see which group number you're in. Are you in group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8? And you could do me a huge favor, rename yourself so there's a number at the end of your name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could put you quickly into your breakout rooms. Elena, you're awesome. All right. No worries. You should be able to type on your 3 dots in your picture and click rename. A menu should come up. All right. You can still be doing that, not a problem. I'm still getting in your breakout rooms. Once I do it once, I'm much better at it. And once you change your thing to your number, it works out really well. Yes, Dr. Prewy does the same thing, right? We have that same thing. So, okay, so question B, 4, 18, 16, 32, what's happening there?
We're doubling each number.
Very nice. And so the next 3, did anyone do the next 3 terms?
I got 62, 124, and 248.
Oh, when we double 32, what do we get?
I got 64, 128, and 256.
64, 128, 256. Yeah, as soon as you said 62, I was like, we don't even need to listen to the rest of them because they're all going to be wrong. So once you make just a silly mistake on the first one, the other ones are going to be wrong. But what's nice about that is if you're showing me your work, let's say we were doing this in a classroom, you're showing me your work. If you wrote your rule as doubling, I know you understood the rule. You just made an arithmetic error. Does that make sense? So I can,
because I use my calculator.
and actually I make more mistakes when I use my calculator, depending on what the arithmetic is. I'm very good at pushing the wrong button. I'm sure you guys are too. Okay, how about C? What did you do for C?
I divided by 3.
Divide by 3. Did anyone write something else? Can I write that as a multiplication statement? Dividing by 3 is the same as multiplying by what?
By 1/3.
1/3. Excellent. Either one is fine. Dividing by 3 or multiplying by 1/3. You'll see why I said this one in just a minute. Okay. So what did you get for the next 3 terms?
I got 3, 1, and 0.33 repeating.
I don't disagree, but I want it. Oh, Karen, thank you. 1/3. Let's use the exact amount, right? And let's start practicing our fractions right now. Oh my gosh, my cat is biting the Ethernet cable. One moment. Stop that. Yeah, stop it. Okay, so 3, 1, and 1/3. Any questions on that? All right, how about the last one? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13.
I actually think I know the technical rule for this problem.
I'm ready.
It's the Fibonacci sequence, right?
Yes. And what is that?
The Fibonacci sequence, as I was taught it, it was the numbers that are most commonly found in nature, and you do it by, like, you add 1 to 1 to equal 2, 1 to 2 to equal 3, but that's the reason why 4-leaf clovers are so rare, because it's building upon itself, like, say, a cell would.
Absolutely, that's awesome. So you might notice that 1 plus 1 gives you 2. And then 1 plus 2 gives you 3. And then 2 plus 3 gives you 5. 5 plus 3 equals 8. 5 plus 8 equals 13. Some of you probably didn't recognize that pattern, right? Because that's not a normal pattern that we would think about. We think of multiplication or division. We also don't think of, this would be called a recursive pattern, right? Where it goes back to previous things. If you look, if you're fascinated by some of these things, there's a lot of work on Fibonacci sequences, and you can do some more things where you find the differences between consecutive terms and see what happens. And then you can find the second difference between terms. We don't do that a lot in this class. If you went up higher in mathematics and went through sequences and series, in college algebra, you might just barely touch on it, but in calculus, you would definitely touch on it. So that's a fascinating concept. So now that you know it's called the Fibonacci sequence, can you fill in these next 3 blanks?
Oh, I got 21, 34, and 55.
Is that what you guys would get? Everybody okay? Good. Now, I don't usually have a ton of this, you know, on things, but the reason we're talking about patterns is because I am really going to throw you for a loop this week. Okay, so I'm warning you. This might be your week of crying. Okay. Tomorrow is a biggie. Tomorrow is a big day. So please, please, please make sure you're not absent tomorrow. Okay. And if you are really struggling with class tomorrow and then on Wednesday, hang in there. Get help on what you need, and then we'll be back to normal on Thursday. Okay. But you're going to have some assignments that are really going to push your limits. Okay. And if you don't feel that, well, woohoo to you, but just I've taught this a long time and I know what happens. So be careful. Okay. Make sure you preview some things. Sorry, I'm not allowed to move this. Oh, look, there was my video. I just didn't know it was here. I got it. Okay. Instead of doing this, I want to go and explain the patterns that we just did. So there's arithmetic patterns, and arithmetic patterns are those that have a common difference. So do you see this? The difference between consecutive terms is constant. That was the first sequence we looked at. Remember when we added 2 to all of those? That meant there was a common difference. And what they mean by a common difference is something like this. They go, oh, look right here. If I do 4 minus 2, I get 2. If I do 6 minus 4, I get 2. If I do 8 minus 6, I get 2, and so on. Okay? So that's a common difference. That's an arithmetic sequence. Look at this one. Can you find a common difference here? Is this really an arithmetic sequence? I picked fractions on purpose. Yes? So find the difference between all of those terms. Try it. Jessica, I have you in group 4. Is I think you put 3, but this is on your group project under people. It should
Oh,
say
I
2B1.
misunderstood the group then. I thought you meant
Sorry.
what we originally have done.
Yeah, this is a new group for you, sorry. And there's a reason I'm putting you in these groups. It's because this is your group for your team assignment. It's like I'm so bad at this puzzle right now. It's killing me. It's okay, I'm gonna have to move you guys around in a minute. Yeah, I don't know why this is so challenging for my brain right now. Okay, did you find the difference between those terms? What were they? What was it? The common difference? Sorry, who was that?
Hannah, sorry.
That's okay. What was your common difference, Hannah?
Two-thirds.
2/3. Did everybody get 2/3? Some of you are like, I did, but I didn't want to say it because I wasn't really sure what was happening there. Does anyone want to explain how they figured out it was 2/3? Like, tell us your mathematical thinking there.
I just converted the whole numbers into fractions so that way I could try and figure out the pattern between those that were in fractions and those that were like the 1 and the 3.
Nice, awesome. So you made 1 what fraction?
3/3. And then
Nice,
3
and
was
then
9/3.
excellent. So then it made it easier for you with a common denominator. You were able to subtract easier and compare. You could have said, how do I get from 1/3 to 1? Well, I have to add 2/3 to it, right? And 1 is 3/3. If I add 2/3 to 3/3, I'm going to get 5/3. Yeah. So this is just a little hint of where we're going with fractions. So you could make up your own sequences, but let's talk about geometric. So geometric sequences are those where you have a common ratio. So for example, when you talk common ratio, you would go 2 divided by 1, which would simplifies to 2, 4 divided by 2, which simplifies to 2, 8 divided by 4, which simplifies to 2, and 16 divided by 8, which simplifies to 2. Now you might see why on that previous slide I did 1/3, right? I used a fraction because then you might be able to see that a little easier. So find the common ratio on pattern 2 and pattern 3. Okay, I'm going to open your rooms, but please don't go to them yet, okay? Don't go to your room yet. It'll just ask you to join, but you don't want to. So don't go there. All right. So what was the common ratio on pattern 2? right here, this one.
I think it was, it's a pattern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was multiplying by 3.
Yep, multiplying by 3. So that's the common ratio is 3. Because you do 30 divided by 10 and you get 3. Or you do 270 divided by 90 and you still get 3, right? How about pattern number 3?
One half.
Yeah, 1/2. Very nice. So you can tell the difference now between an arithmetic and a geometric sequence. You can do the next 3 terms. We're not going to get really into writing the nth term. Some of you might remember that activity from previous classes, but we're not going to worry about that in this class. Just can you identify a sequence as arithmetic or geometric? And then how do you know? Now, you start patterns as young as kindergarten, yes? Have you seen patterns of A-B patterns before? Some of you who are working in preschools or kindergartners, A-B patterns, they'll go A-B, 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 right? So that's a different kind of pattern. That's not arithmetic or geometric. So, and oftentimes they'll do it in pictures, right? In kindergarten. So because some kids are still learning the digits, so they'll do a pattern, an A-B pattern would look like, an A-B pattern might be square, circle, right? That's an example of an A-B pattern. And then they'll practice A-B-B-A patterns, right? And then A-B-C patterns and things like that. So if you're teaching kindergarten, you're laying the groundwork for future patterns, okay? All the way up through calculus. So you have a hard job in kindergarten to do that. We could have visual patterns. Everybody take a look at that pattern and describe how you see this pattern growing. Be specific as you can. You can draw pictures, you can write an explanation to make sure your answer is clear. Say as much as you can about this growing pattern, okay? And what questions could you ask about the math of this pattern? So think about that for about 3 minutes. I put in the chat a link to a patterns worksheet that you're going to work on in just a couple minutes. It is not the same picture as the one you see on the screen. So don't get confused when you first pull that up. We're going to talk about this one before I put you in your breakout room. All right. Anyone want to try to explain this as specifically as they could?
I can say what I wrote. It was very difficult. I like whoever just commented. Oh, Hannah.
Yeah, so I see that in the chat.
I said, I don't know how accurate this is. Add an additional block to each previous column of blocks and add one block to the right of the last column.
Yeah. So we probably find ourselves talking in rows, right? Or columns when we start talking about this. So you might say rows are horizontal, columns are vertical, right? And so did you see Hannah said you add that number of blocks to the figure previous, and just describing how you add them might be the hard part, right? You add them, some people might say on the diagonal, right? Some people might say, I think Hannah, your mic's not working great today. I don't know what the deal is, but so I think you said add a block above it and a block to the right of each block. Is that what you said?
Yeah, can you still not hear me very well?
It just is really crackly. I mean, is it to anyone else, or am I dreaming that?
It gets really bad when it rains. So.
Yeah, annoying. I was wondering the same thing, and then my cat was chewing on the cable, and then I was really worried. Okay, so yeah, between those two things. Okay, so did anyone notice something like this? In figure 1, we had 1 block. In figure 2, we had 3 blocks. In figure 3, we had 6 blocks. In figure 4, we had 10 blocks. Does anybody notice these things? And then try to come up with a pattern that way. So you're like, okay, here I added 2 blocks, here I added 3 blocks, here I added 4 blocks. Yeah, did anyone notice that pattern? Yeah, so that's not necessarily arithmetic or geometric. We have to think about those other types of patterns, and we might have visual patterns. Okay, so I'm gonna have you work on this activity. It's not something, I don't think I made it anything you have to turn in. I just want us to talk about it for a few minutes, but the real reason I want you in these groups, you have a team assignment that's due next, like in 2 weeks, I think. Is that correct? On February 8th, does that sound familiar? It's a problem solving assignment. I don't think it's due on the 1st, but I'll look. And this is your group for that assignment. So I figured it'd be really good if you worked with these people and you talked about your schedules and you asked questions about like, how are we gonna do this? You know, like I hate group work. I always want an A, so you better step up your stuff, right? That kind of thing. So you guys are all the people who want A's. Like I know your personalities by now teaching this class. Everybody wants to do really well. That's why you go into teaching, which is awesome. But think about that and discuss that project, okay? So go into, make sure you copy that, or you access that document that I have. Did you get it in the chat? Did I put it in the chat? I'll put it in there again if I didn't. And then, oh, look, Karina has it all printed out already. So try those problems in your breakout rooms. And you should still have an invite on your screen to go to the breakout room.
I think I just hid myself, and I don't know how I did that or how to like put myself on the screen. But
Love it.
Rename myself for 8 because I still was in. I looked for my last class was group 6.
Go down to the bottom of your screen and see if you can find a Zoom window and just click on it, like a Zoom icon there anywhere.
Okay.
And then it should pop back up if you have more than one window open.
Okay, let me go back to that. No, weird. Sorry.
No, you're fine. This happens to me every day. Are you kidding me?
Where did I go? Oh, now
You,
everyone's.
what do you see on your screen? Share your screen with me.
Oh, okay.
Everybody else okay? You have your invite to your breakout room, right? Go ahead and join it.
Okay, I can't share until you stop sharing.
Oh, sorry about that.
I don't have the
Okay.
link for mine anymore.
It should be on your screen somewhere, the same place that usually would always come up, like maybe under more.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. So click on your little Zoom guy right down there.
Okay, I think I need to expand this like I said, my laptop got run over last night, so I don't know how
See
to.
if you can like minimize that window, like hit escape right there and see if it gets smaller.
Which one? This one? This one?
Madison, I need to put you back in your room. Which number were you? Do you remember?
Why can't I get back?
Madison's room 5. I'm gonna put Madison in room 5. Here, I'm gonna take you out, Bree, and then I'm gonna put you back in. So don't click on the first one if you see something pop up.
Okay.
I think you're really in group 8, aren't you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm group 8. I can
Okay,
still
did you
see
see
the
it?
join breakout room.
You saw it?
Yeah, do you want me to join that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Madison, it just seems like you're having lots of issues. Madison, I'm going to move you to the waiting room and then move you back in and see if that helps anything. Hi, Madison.
Hey, did you
were
call
having
me?
lots of. No,
Oh,
I
what's up?
think you're just having tech issues, huh? Or I am.
Oh, I thought you said, I don't know. It just made, it said, you wanted me back in the main classroom.
Oh, well, it was saying you were nowhere.
What?
And I was
Really?
like, what is happening? Yeah, like it was showing you still, like I can see 2 of you right now.
Oh.
Like if you
Oh,
look
maybe.
at participants.
Maybe, I don't know, my computer's acting up because I was trying to log in there. So I just said, screw it. And I just logged on my phone. So that might be it.
Perfect. I think it's the rain, but so can you go
It might
back to
be
your
the rain
breakout?
too. Yeah, it might be my technical issues, but I'm sorry. And you got my
No.
chat, right?
Yes, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. I just
Okay,
makes me
good. I was
nervous
like,
when
I
people.
feel so. Yeah. I
No,
was like,
it
I
just
feel
makes
so
me nervous
bad.
when people are driving. I would much prefer you come
Yeah.
when you're done. You know,
Yeah.
I just.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll remember next
Okay.
time. I was just like, I don't know if she wants me in class. I'm listening. Like I was just like, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So, but
Yes.
safety first.
No, you're
I
good.
apologize.
Yes. No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Can you get back in your room or no?
Join
Your breakout room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yes, no problem. Hello, you're back. Boy, I don't know about you, but this class goes super duper fast for me. I don't know if you're sitting there going, nope, we're good. We do nothing in this class. This just drags on and on and on. Things just are very, very quick in here. So my expectations are you're done. My expectations are that you have a glimmer of what's happening and you can spend time outside of class studying, because remember, like 12 hours a week outside of class studying, it's a lot. I know. So, but if you're previewing the slides, it would be really helpful, right? Some of you I know are like, I'm not even done with week 1. And now week 2 is supposed to be over. Like, I'm so freaked out. Okay, so balance your time better. If it was me, I would try to get the week done by Friday so you can get the next week done. And I know some of you, wait a minute, like Saturday and Sunday are the only times I have to do things. That might not work out for you, just so you know, because we have due dates Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And it's just a lot to do. Is everybody, I'm sending you a message later today on how to view my feedback. I'm also sending you a video on a Venn diagram problem. If you got the worksheet that was Venn diagram practice, I did number 2 for you. So I'll send you that video so you can see that, because that might just help you get things under control in your brain. We did number 1 together, right? And so then now I'm doing number 2. I can't even remember. I've changed these assignments so many times, and I'm trying to remember if I made that. I did not make that an assignment. That's good, right? Yeah, so that's not an assignment for you, but it is a good way to study. You have several assignments. Does everybody know how to view their progress in a module? Nice. Okay, and I was talking to a couple people. A good thing to do, there's 2 things that are required that you submit each week. One is the quiz and one is the notes. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't see the second week until I submit that. Here's what you do. First of all, take your quiz today for week 2, as soon as it opens. Get them all wrong, it doesn't matter, right? You can go back and do them all again, but at least that requirement is checked off for you, okay? The other thing is the notes one. If you want to submit your notes like at whatever, and then say, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I just had to unlock the next week. Don't grade this yet. I won't grade it yet. I'm probably not going to grade it anyway for a few days. You know, it gets busy around there. So no worries. If you submit and then you resubmit, I can see all your submissions. And it tells me this is not the latest submission. And then I go, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't grade that one then, right? So no worries about that. I know it's a lot and it's a lot to get used to. We're going to talk about patterns in number systems. And you have a preview assignment that is due before class starts tomorrow. So you've got to finish week 1, open week 2, and it's called the Egyptian, it's called like preview assignment, Egyptian numeration system. Let me find it. I'm looking at preview assignment, Egyptian number system. And it's due by tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Okay, 11:30 a.m. You have to do it before class, otherwise class will go horribly tomorrow. And then in this slideshow, I said, try this one. This is one of the ones on the worksheet. And I have a lot of slides we still didn't do with Venn diagrams. I might make you a video on that if I can. I didn't have a chance to make your Gauss video because my iPad decided to not work this morning. I almost had a heart attack, but I will make that for you right after class. And then I will, please let me know if there's anything you guys need in regards to, like, I need clarification on this, because if you're asking the question, somebody else has the same question, I guarantee you. So you're just brave enough to ask. So ask the question. I don't get mad, I promise. I know there's a huge learning curve in this class to just getting up to speed because we all have so much going on, right? Okay, so there's your exit ticket. I know that I've been keeping you late, so I want to make sure you have 2 minutes to do your exit ticket.
I have a quick question.
I'm ready. It can be a not quick question.
So for the notes that are due today, what exactly do you want us to take notes on? Like, do you want us to take notes on the more assignment or on these slides that you have?
Yes.
Yes for both?
Yeah, because
Okay.
basically I don't need to take notes because I know all the math and I wrote the slides and I wrote the more questions. You need to decide how much you need to write for yourself, right?
Okay.
Some of these concepts might be very, very new. So you need to write a couple pages on a topic. Others of you might have just had this class and you were like, oh, I just need to write a little paragraph, right? But I'd say you can't underdo it. Does that make sense?
Okay. And so I'm sorry. For
No, you're
notebooks,
good.
you want us to like for me, I do the actual like physical notebook. Do you just want
Okay.
us to you want me to like take a picture of everything I've written for week 1 and then upload it?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's easy. I don't know what you use, Bethel, but Adobe Scan is a really nice app because Adobe Scan works on your phone and it doesn't matter Android or iPhone, and it'll let you take multiple pictures. Like if you have 20 pages, it'll let you take all the pictures and put them in one document as a PDF and allow you to upload it. Adobe Scan.
Oh, Adobe Scan. Okay.
Yeah, and I think I have a video on it in Canvas. If I don't, I'll send you one.
Okay. I'll probably use that because I
It's
take
very
a lot of
helpful.
notes.
It's
Yeah,
very
I'm
helpful.
probably take a lot of notes.
Yeah, my son didn't believe me, and now he uses it all the time because he's doing classes online too. And I think I made this so it will auto grade, but I can't remember.
What did you say that was called?
Adobe Scan.
It does auto grade, which is helpful. Thanks.
I have a quick question.
Oh, it did auto grade. Yay, just figured that out. McKenna, I'm ready.
So the assignment we just did with our group, the what's the pattern, do you want that one in our notebook as well?
I would put everything in my notebook because I'm not going to keep track of it if I don't, but I'm not going to take off points if you don't have it. Does that make it clear?
Right. Are we uploading this to Canvas at all? Okay. So just for our own.
Yep,
use?
this was just in class practice.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, so that's not our group assignment, right? That was just like a warm up and getting to know our schedule and stuff. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, your team assignment is on Canvas. It's in this week. It's in week 2.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Where can we go to find like the notes you show during class so I can, like, if I want to look over like some stuff that I wasn't like super clear on, are we able to do that?
Yes, the easiest place is in my OneNote notebook. I'm not sure if I put them in the, oh, I know where else they are. The easiest place is in the presentation for the week in the modules.
Okay.
So if you go to week 2, it does a week 2 overview and then it does week 2 presentation. In week 2 presentation, I link out to PDFs of the slides.
Okay.
And then I also have those same things in OneNote.
Okay, because I want to go over a couple things that we did today just by myself. So
Yes, absolutely. And let me know if you need anything too.
Okay.
Because I can make videos on anything too.
Okay. Thank you, Roxanne.
See you tomorrow.
Oh, Roxanne, I had a quick question.
I'm ready, Madison.
For the Flipgrid video, have you graded even responses too? Like, have you graded everything that you've gotten so far? Like like our personal video and our responses to other videos?
I graded everything that was in Canvas linked, and that was probably yesterday morning was the latest I graded them, but I can look at yours. Do you want me to look at yours right now?
Yeah, because like I know I responded, but I don't know if it showed up on your end. So I just want to make sure.
So it's a little weird because depending on how you respond, I can't figure why Flipgrid did an upgrade, which was a downgrade in my opinion. And so when they did that, sometimes the response posts don't show in under you. Like when I do Canvas Speed Grader, I should be able to see all 3 of your responses. and not
Yeah.
always can I. It's a very weird game that we've been playing. So Madison, I'm looking at yours right now.
Because I responded to Kelsey's and McKenna's. That it should be on, and it shows up on, I mean, both my computer and my phone.
But not in Canvas.
But not in Canvas?
No, I'm asking you, does it show in Canvas?
Oh, I don't know. It just, you said just to respond to to other people. So I didn't know if like you hadn't graded the responses or if you just couldn't see them yet.
I don't see them on Canvas for you, but I bet if I go back to the discussion board, like on Flipgrid in general, who did you say you responded to?
Kelsey and McKenna.
Okay, so I'll just look at Kelsey's just because I found hers very quick. I don't know if it's playing in your ear, but. So I see your response there. I don't know why it doesn't show up on Canvas. You know, did you open Flipgrid in a different window?
No, I did it on my phone just because my computer audio kind of stinks. So I opened it in Safari. So I did it like I still did it through Canvas though. So I don't understand why you saw that, but not the responses.
I'm telling you, it's Flipgrid's new upgrade, which is a downgrade, but you'll get credit for them. So no worries. It just takes me a minute to figure it out where people's things are. So you said Madison's and Kelsey's.
Yeah, McKenna and Kelsey, yes.
Oh, McKenna, sorry, McKenna.
I wish I could respond to myself too.
Sorry.
Oh no,
you're
you're good.
Fun names in here too.
I know lots of them names.
Yeah. And okay. No worries. Yes. And it's always good to check on that for me because sometimes you'll notice that part of your rubric was blank, right?
Yeah. And and I saw a lot of chats that they said the same thing happened. So I just wanted, I don't know if it was a me problem or like
it's Flipgrid's problem, but it's me trying to figure out. It's weird because like some people have all of their videos in there. What I should do is ask them how they did it.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it on my end. You know, I can't pretend it doesn't, you know, it doesn't totally work.
Yeah.
So, but somebody did, like I can see all of them.
Yeah.
And I can't figure out, like Tristan. I don't know if Tristan's still here, but Tristan's, I can see her initial post and her response post all right in the same place. So I don't know. But yes, you will get credit. And anytime you're worried about you not getting credit for something, you can always stay after class or shoot me a message because I'm not trying to get you or trick you. I promise.
Okay. I know. I was like, frick, I don't want to start off my grade, you know. I was like, I got to double check just to make sure, you know. But thank you so much for doing that.
Yep. No worries. No worries.
Flipgrid is weird. And then also like the mirror you said, like how it flipped or something. I didn't mess with it. So I don't know if it just does that automatically or because you said
it automatically mirrors for you. So sometimes you have it set up on your phone. I bet
it might have done that.
You said you're doing it on your phone. I think your phone automatically flipped it, and then Flipgrid.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get for Flipgrid.
Yeah.
You know, so if it looked backwards to you, it was backwards.
Okay.
Kelsey, did that happen to you too? No. Okay. Oh, it did. Okay. Yeah. I can't figure it out. Ever since they upgraded, it's been a nightmare. But I love Flipgrid.
No, it's cool. It's definitely cool. I just wanted to I was like, I got to learn this, you know?
Yeah,
because we're probably going to use it
in elementary school right now too. Kids are explaining mathematics to each other via Flipgrid.
Oh, that's awesome. No, it's a great system. Like, I really liked it. So I just want to figure it out before, you know, we go full swing.
Yes, no, I'll get them graded. So you're good.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Roxanne. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
I just had the same questions as her because I did my responses, but
yeah, it's always good to stay on and just stalk everybody else's questions because they'll probably answer a question you have. So, Sunita, I'm looking at yours. I can see all of your submissions. They just probably weren't there when I graded them. So you should be fine.
I did mine last night.
Yep,
so
I can see all of yours. So however you did yours, they're all right there. Did you do yours on a computer
Yeah.
and just through Canvas?
Yeah. Just through
I
Canvas.
bet it's my phone people, but
And
I don't
it
know.
just like popped up like a little tiny box on my laptop, but it would not do it on my iPad. So when I was trying to respond to my iPad, it told me I had to download the Flipgrid app, and then I had to make a new account, and then I would have to do another and then I would have to look for our actual assignment. But then I got tired of it, so I hurried up and logged on my laptop real quick, and it just let me like comment like right on my computer, right in Canvas.
That is so weird. Now, when you were on your iPad, were you in the Canvas app still?
Yeah, no. I was in Chrome on my Maricopa. I was still in Canvas. Yeah.
That's so weird. I don't know. I can't figure it out, but it's annoying. But you did it. You're good.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
I had that same problem.
Who else has questions?
I had a question on one of the assignments that I did.
Yes.
It was the video assignment on mathematical practice.